Song for a Whale, Chapter 45. The first thing I did when I got back to school was hurry to Alamila's room. I had to make it quick so I wouldn't be late to Miss Khan's class. Everyone kept waving and trying to talk to me in the halls, which slowed me down. As soon as she saw me, she stopped writing on the board and grabbed me in a tight hug. Everything I thought to say to her disappeared. How could I explain what she'd done for me? If she hadn't shown me the Blue 55 documentary, I wouldn't have known about him. We wouldn't have found each other. He'd still be out there on his own, not knowing anyone heard him. And I wouldn't know that anyone heard me. Sorry for missing so much school, I wrote on the board. I'll catch up. Thank you so much for teaching me about Blue 55. I'm so happy you're all right, she wrote. I hope you found what you were looking for. I started to write that, yes, I'd found the whale and played the song for him, but Ms. Alamila knew that. By then, the news had spread about where I'd been. She must have meant something more than the whale. Yes, I did. I gave her another quick hug before running off to Ms. Khan's class. Nina signed, "Welcome back," as I slid into the room, and it wasn't that horrible. At the last second, I dropped into my chair, and Mr. Charles and I signed together. By a hair. So much had happened in the time I'd been gone, but I could count on Miss Khan and her pickle face to never change. Ms. Khan gave us time to work on our reports during class, and I needed it, with all the catching up I had to do. Since I knew so much more about whales than I just had a week earlier, I thought the report would be easy to write. Then I found that there was so much to say about them that it was hard to decide where to start. I took out my notes and added what I'd learned from Sura about bubble net feeding. As I wrote about whale communication, I kept thinking about Grandpa and what he told me about the sei whale that day on the beach. A whale can't find its way through a world without sand. But it's different for us. Mr. Charles tapped my desk. When I looked up, he signed, "Are you thinking about whales or something else?" "Both," I answered. "Whales and my grandpa." Mr. Charles smiled. "What would he say about the trip you took with your grandma?" On the flight home, Grandma had asked if I'd thought about talking to my mom about going to Bridgewood. I wondered what made her think of it then. The trip didn't have anything to do with that, did it? I didn't like the way my stomach felt when I thought about going to a new school with new people, even though we share a language. Grandpa had told me I would find my way, even though it might take time to figure things out. Maybe finding your way sometimes means you can't stay where you are. Grandpa would want me to do for myself what I did for the whale.